Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever. I am Jay Forgot, and before we get things going here, I just want to take a quick what happened in between episodes. So I let the game run some. I got each one of the passenger routes up to where it can hold up to 100 passengers. It got me around the same amount of time that I like for my trip, my goods to be transported. And main reason why you probably see that I don't like just to load up passenger vehicles everywhere is that it just doesn't really generate that much money compared to the industry goods that you can connect and run up. I mean, the max right now I see is like 62,000, where the max up here is like, I think one of them is making 300k. So it's the night and day. The industry goods can bring in much more profit than what the passenger goods can bring in. So I let the game run some. My current money is up to over 7 million currently. Like I said, I let the game run for a few years. Why is that in a negative? That's interesting. Okay, well I'm puzzled for a little bit. I'm gonna just write that one off. But the other thing is that also these vehicles are getting close to the end of their life. So 12 years. I think their max is 15 years. I automatically have them set to be auto. What are they? Auto sell and refurbished, whatever they do. So at 15 years they'll revert back to 1 year, and then they should be profitable again because of maintenance costs. Things get more expensive the older they get. But without that, so what we're going to try to accomplish this episode is we're trying to get our very first train line in, and I'm hoping with the 7+ million I have and the 10 million that I can borrow that I'm able to do this, because my first one I'm going to put in is going to be extremely expensive. When I was trying to like map it out in my head what I'm going to do, I was like, yeah, this is going to be expensive, and I don't even know if $17 million is going to be enough. I'm going to let the game play, except for when I tear things up. Other than that, I'm just going to let it play. Alright, so the first off, let's get started here. See, I didn't know where I want to start. Obviously, you guys don't know, obviously to me. When I first did this series, I wanted Atlas to be my main city hub. In some planning that I have done since then, I realized that Atlas is not going to be the main city hub. Even though I really like it, most of it's on flat ground. It makes it scale really nicely, mostly. But it's not central to everything, and it's not the most easiest connected up to everything. So our main city hub actually in this series is going to be Ares. It's more central. It's going to have more connections to more cities than any other city, which could make it difficult to get industry goods into it later in the game. But as for right now, it's going to be our main passenger hub. So that's where we're going to begin, because it's going to be the most expensive later to tear up. As this population is going to boom faster than everyone else's. So, and you can already see all these people waiting here. It's crazy. Alright, so this is the first one we're going to start tearing up. I'm going to have to put the game on pause when I start doing this, just because they'll try to put the roads back in, because I'm just basically tearing out the middle. You're going to see here in a minute what I mean when I say tearing up the middle, but yeah, it's just no other way around it. So I'm almost at 8 million. We're going to pause it here, and once we get this part done, then I'll let it play fast again. I do not want to upset this main track, even though I don't know Atlas to Athena, so it is going... it's going that way. No, where's it going? Oh, yeah, never mind, this is Ares. Yeah, it's up and down. Ooh, all these A-name towns. Alright, so that's where we're going here. Alright, your pause. Oh, I see my counter up there. I do not like that at all. Let's get rid of that. Alright, so how expensive are you going to be? Oh my goodness, you're already killing me when you just got started. That's a good chunk of money going right there. And you see, like I said, the buildings around, like this building's like 325,000, as we're like, we go further down here where we don't have the passenger hookup, but yeah, it's much cheaper. Alright, now I need to see how much space this takes up. Make sure you get the passenger. Make sure you always have the right station, because these things are not cheap and they're expensive, and they're twice as expensive if you put the wrong one in. Let's see, we want the Second Street connection. Oh, my Curvature mod installed correctly. Sometimes it does not. Oh, that's great. Actually, we want 2 platforms just because we're gonna need it. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna mess with that. I think it's gonna where it's gonna go. Now I gotta be careful with this because later on, when I go to expand this, which I'm not going to do right now because I don't have enough money to really spend $20 million on one city, the tracks are going to expand to the south here. So I want, and it should not expand to the north at all. So the north one I want pushed up as the closest I can get to that road is that's always going to be our main road. But you know what? I actually want to leave some room. I should leave some room so buildings can keep building there, but it's just not going to be that great. They're still going to get removed. It'll just be small buildings. Actually, you know, I push it even further out. You know what? I like that. Nothing's being destroyed. I don't know if that's parallel though. Let's see if I can get a little parallel. Alright, we're going to go with that. Sorry, guys, my voice is a little hoarse this morning. I'm recording here in the morning. It's the next day from episodes 1 and 2. Nothing has been posted yet, so I'm hoping everything goes well so eventually you guys can see these videos. Alright, so where we're going to go from Ares. So from Ares, we're going to go up to, and actually I can let it play now because we still have a connection so nothing's interrupted. And actually, let me build some train tracks out. But from Ares, we're going to go to Poseidon, and from Poseidon, we're going to go to Hermes. That's going to be our first hookup. It's the easiest to do because there's not much elevation. In early game, the trains are not that great. So you can't really go straight for the mountainous areas right from the start because I don't know if you can make money. Honestly, I've never tried it because to me it just seemed obvious that I was going to lose money. And I've lost money on trains that to me should have made sense, but you can make a lot of mistakes in this game pretty easily. Alright, so which way are you guys going? You guys go both ways. Alright, so there's no way of winning this. Alright, so before we get playing here, I'm going to close this out. That's just a distraction. Like I said, all those trains that are about ready to come up in 3 years from being expired will automatically be replenished with newer ones as I set everything off camera to do that. And yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys will see me do that in a future episode of updating stuff actually on while I'm recording. Alright, so we're going to build this. I'm going to try to keep this as centered as possible. And usually what I like to do is just try to get these crosses going here. Get them double switched. Alright. And now it should be safe to let the game play. Get fast speed, get some of my money back. Alright, so that wasn't as bad. I had to take a loan, I still got money. I'm hoping that if I have to take a loan, it isn't until I need to put trains on these tracks. I'm just trying to avoid that intersection. Just go straight over it. Good, 1 and 2. Awesome. Alright. Alright, so now we're basically going to go along this road and curve down and into, but I'm trying to see which side of Poseidon I want to come in on. So I think I want to come in on this side, which is going to be a little difficult. So I think I want to cross before getting in this road and keep the road on this side. Sometimes I like to turn on the terrain tool just because I can see the height differences when there is one. It looks like we might have to go uphill a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's that bad. Oh, actually it does look. In early game that's going to hurt, but later game it's not going to bother at all. Oh, what the heck happened there? See, now we're just uphill. I'm going to see if I can get it flat again, which I was able to, and keep the speed up. Awesome. I'm gonna make sure it's on track to cross. And also later on in the game, we will spend time making everything look pretty, quote unquote. That's what you want to call it. But in the early game, we can't really afford to do smoothing and stuff like that. We kind of have to let it be. We will, like I said, once I'm rolling in millions, I will be more than happy to spend time making everything look pretty handsome, whatever you want to call it. Alright. Oh, you know what? I'm a little off center. I need to get the train to come back a little bit because I need to cut in between there. So let's just curve it back a little bit. Alright, so, ooh, we're going to go uphill again. Alright. I can do this. I can live with it. And eventually in later game, doing like little sections of track is going to be like, I'm not going to bother with it. It's going to be large chunks at a time just because I should have the money at that point to not have to really worry about doing small chunks. You know, just keep that going that way so I have a feeling I'm ready to curve it. Alright. Is that straight? If I go straight, I should be able to avoid that corner. And I'm keeping my speed up. I knew that was going to be expensive, but I couldn't afford to go uphill. And eventually I'll like smooth this out. I'll make this completely flat. If I remember when I get to that time of the game, that's just we're going to be episodes in. And that way like the one area is flat and we're on a hillside. And, not like we can just build cities and stuff along there. You never know, we might need to use this plant, and so these tracks might come in handy. Oh, actually I don't want to do you first, I want to do this side first. And we are clear. And it's going to need to curve back, so... Awesome. Oh, is there any way to avoid lowering the speed? There is. Alright, so before we connect this up, we gotta tear Poseidon apart. And unfortunately, this city, for some reason, just looks like it's gonna be expensive. So many big buildings. Actually, they're actually not pricey right now. Well, let's get this done. Where is the center of town? This is the center of town. So we're gonna... So I bought my first connection to be right there at that corner. And I wanted that when it expands, it goes that way. Alright. Let's pause. Hopefully 5 million's enough. I have a feeling I need to borrow before I get to the train part. Oh wow. I guess that is building. Oh, actually, you know what? I mean, we're going to do this, but this train is going to have issues down the road, not right now. Alright, so for this one, which is Poseidon, actually this one is going to be a two-system hookup too. Ooh. How expensive is that? This is going to need 4 platforms. And I'm just deciding if I should put the 4 platforms in now or do 2 and then fix it later. It's $1 million alone for the 4 platforms. Alright, and it's gonna go. Ew. How in the world? Alright, for some reason then I'm stuck here because a future hookup I have is, you see Zeus over here in the end and you see Athena over here. Eventually I'm going to have a line going through here. I usually only like to hook up 3 cities on one route just because I think that in my experience, and sometimes you can get away with 4, but it seems to be the magic number where things seem to work pretty smoothly unless you have like some kind of like circle pattern with the train going forward and another set going backwards. But I've tried that once and I've failed, so I don't really worry about it that much, but yeah, I just think it's going to be difficult getting that hooked up or a way that it easily makes sense, because I just don't see how. I mean, I could make it work, but oof. I need like this to be like a S-zig pattern, but it is what it is. We're going to keep it straight. I was thinking about doing a curvature, but just looking at future hookups, you know what? You're going to be a problem. Now I'm thinking about only doing the 2 because it looks like 3. Looks like I ain't got that. I'm already out of money. And I ain't got the Hermes yet. Alright. Alright, well I know I want to keep this parallel. I think we're just going down to 2. I mean, Zeus is uphill, so that one's going to be it's going to be a later game hookup. Same, even Athena's got this steep thing, so it's not going to be done right now. And hopefully by the time I get around to it, I'll have the money to tear Poseidon apart again and add in the tracks. But I'll also have another way of dealing with that, so I'll talk about that here in a second. Just got to try to get this in parallel. Try not to destroy buildings. Cool. So one of the ways I'm going to deal with the future tracks is I'm just not going to put a road here. I'm just going to connect this up as is. It's probably going to look weird, too much slope, I have a feeling. Let's go put buildings there. You know what? It's hooking up. I'm not going to deal with it. It's just going to. That's just how it's going to be. I'll make it look pretty later. All right. So yeah, Poseidon, you are an ugly-looking town. Just contemplating if I want to do something else, but I really don't think so. Just kind of over it. I'm out of money. I need to let the game speed up. I need to find a way to get this connected again, because I'm pretty sure these alerts up here are because this town's no longer connected. And actually, why am I getting the alerts? Because there's nothing over here. What's wrong with you? You know what, let me see if these solve themselves, because it's not making a whole lot of sense to me right now, and I'm pretty sure it'll make sense to me once I get this hooked back up, and if I still have the alerts, I'll figure it out. Alright, so we need these train tracks. I don't know if I'm going to have enough to complete this or not. How much you want to... I'm going to have enough to complete this. Alright. Probably just don't have the money to smooth out the road, but let's see if we go. I always like to look for stone. I know I don't have the money for this. Alright, so let's borrow $500,000 just so I can get this done. Alright. And we're going to delete you, and you. Cool. Wow, I'm out of money already? Wow, this game is brutal. Well, let's borrow another $500,000. Alright, now that's hooked up. It fixed one of my alerts, but not all of them. Oh, you know what? I must have deleted... I deleted a drop-off. That's what it is. Alright, so... food and fuel. Oh, wow. Well, at least one of these is... You know what? We'll just let residential rebuild over here, and we can just get this hooked up here. So let's get a new stop. Did that fix you guys? No. Valley Station. Done. You. Valley Station deleted. Add you. Alright. Great, that over here. That's all done. Alright, so let's get the game. Actually, let me get a. Before this tries to connect with this road again, let me just get this train tracks out here. Actually, we're just gonna go actually, I need to curve it out so I can curve it back across the river. It shouldn't snap now, so let's let it go. Now, you know what, just keep the money. I need to come in through there. I mean, steel's expensive, but here's the thing: like, if I don't do steel now, I'll forget about it when I have the money later, and it will always just be a slow bridge. So I'd much rather have it done that way. I don't have to rely on my memory to fix that bridge later once we get faster vehicles. I'm not a fan of like cutting off supply routes, but eventually supply routes are not going to exist in the future, so I'm not overly, I guess, concerned about it. Is what I want to say. Alright, this is going uphill. I don't have my contour lines up. It's going to go uphill. I don't want it to go uphill. How far? It would take some time. So if I would manually make this flat. Maybe I said the manual. It doesn't dig in as much as it was. I almost want to make it flat and just eat up the money. Which is what I'm going to do. Because... Really? You're going to tunnel? Are you seriously going to tunnel? Oh, you're killing me. I don't want you to tunnel. If I let go of the smallest slope possible, it's probably my best out because I can't afford the tunnel. Actually, I can't even really afford that either. But I sure as heck can't afford the tunnel. Terrible decisions after terrible decisions I have to make. Alright, now you can go back to being... Alright, so let's get ready to get you turned. borrow. I really don't want to. I really didn't want to borrow until I actually had to put the trains in. But it seems like I am forced to borrow, and I don't know if I take out the rest of the 9 million that I'm allowed to, if it's going to complete the job that I want. Ugh. And all right, so Hermes is going to be a tough one. It's built on a mountainside. It hasn't built up on the mountainside yet, but it will over time, especially the way I'm going to put this train in. All right, let's pause it. Let's go ahead and just borrow the full 9 million. I'm pretty sure the payback's going to dig into my profits. All right, so goodbye. Didn't mean to delete a trade. Goodbye. This is the most expensive part. Oh my goodness. Good, you give put an industry goods somewhere. All right, so now I want to go. What I want to do is I want to connect this up with that. And then I'm going to put a train in. You know, I'm actually, between episodes, I might have to let the game run to get my money back. As this has probably been one of my most expensive, putting like the first set of tracks in. And we only need one platform to get this thing going. So connect that there, connect that there. Can't really see that well on the side here. All right. Let me get it to move a little bit. All right. There we go. And because of this back road here, it's still connected. I don't have to worry about connecting it right now, wasting money on that. So, good news is we are going to be able to complete this line. All right. To about 45 using my magic number. All right, let's get you playing fast again. I had to quickly look up at the alerts and make sure there's no alerts. Oh, you're digging into a mountainside again. But in this case, I'm not worried about it because you could easily give me some bridge options later if I need them. Alright, and we are hooked up. We have 5 million left to spend to get the trains on this route. Which shouldn't be too pricey in the early game. We might be able to pull this off. But before we pull this off, let's get this line recognized. So we're going to go from Hermes. Hi. Oh, I hate when they get the names from. Can we delete you for 1 second? Pause you for 1 second. Do not add. They get the names from previous stops I had here, and that's how I got like the Valley Street. But I want this named after a city. Now we should have the right name. Cool, awesome. And then we make sure we stop back in Poseidon. Alright, and it's a passenger line, so we're gonna make it blue. And I just named it after the first stop and the last stop. Since there's gonna, so that's kind of how I like to do my thing. And Ares is gonna be. He's not always going to be he's not always going to be the last stop. He's just going to be the one to go through a lot. Alright, so good. All hooked up, recognized. Alright, so we got enough money. Looks like we're still coming in positive. So now I just try to find a flat piece of land to put a train into, which I'm going to have it go this way. Actually, you're a hillside. I want flat. Okay, there's good, nice flat. Alright. Alright, and I just try to make this a double switch just so the trains can come on and off there. I get a depot. Come on. One more. Thank you. Oh, snap. Good. Alright, and then before I get this going, I gotta get signals on here. I'm actually surprised if I would have went. Yeah. Yeah, it's already doing something funny because I don't have signals on here. Okay, we'll put signals on and we'll make sure it fixes itself before I put any trains on here. I like everything on the right, so... Stop there. Here the train would go this way. It would come this way. So I don't need a traffic signal there. Alright, cool. I like putting them right before the stations just because the train can go, if in the event something strange would happen, it can go the whole way up to the station before stopping. That way it doesn't have to like get up to speed real fast to get to its next, or to get into the station. This track crosses a lot of road. We're just going to have you stop this way, that way, and then... Alright, done deal. Alright, we'll make all these one way, just so if we ever have to delete anything, no trains turn around on their own. This I gotta be careful because this one I do not want it to be one way, because if I would sell something and want it to go back to the depot, it would not go in if I set it to one way. Sorry about that. Ugh. Sometimes I wish these things would just automatically set to one way, because I feel like I'd want the majority of them to one way to begin with. But it is what it is. Alright, so we're just kind of standing still with our money. The difficult part is once I put this train in, it's going to be some time before it starts making me a profit. So I'm actually going to be losing a lot of money before I start making money. So in that case, like I said, we're going to get this train started, and I'm probably going to let the game run offline again until this train starts making me money, because without it making money, you're not going to be able to do anything else. So let's get that started. Oh, first I want to check to make sure that the train's fixed itself, which it looks like it has. It's running. Yep, one way, got it going. They're always on the right hand side. Alright. Alright, so I just go straight for the general. The cost per year is not bad, so I just go ahead and go with that. In later game, when starting, if I have other like more expensive trains available, I will probably avoid them and start with something small until city size grows, because the amount of usage on your train track is based on the population of a city and how many people are in range of that station. I usually start with 4. And then we're gonna let that one go. Actually, you know what? Alright, I need to bring up this because that's going to determine a lot. I want this train time down to about 6 minutes, around 5 to 6 minutes, because as they get faster trains, the time will drop drastically, and yeah, I don't want to have to deal with that. So 4, good. I keep closing everything. Our time's down to 12 minutes. Let's get 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we are down to 8. I usually don't like to go past 4 trains on a 3 stop. 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually have money for all this. I'm shocked. Alright, 6 minutes. So it's right where I'd like it to be. These trains will eventually spread themselves out. And then, like I said, it's going to lose me a lot of money before it makes me money, because like these areas all need to repopulate with residential. Yeah, you see, only these are in things. So all these houses here might end up relocating. With this passenger route going, I don't know if they'll relocate. They might stay if it's in range. It is in range of that. So, but there will be some movement and stuff like that. And eventually, what will happen is that we will get more and more usage as population grows in. As you see, Aries population right now is only 254, and I can guarantee you that will climb roughly about 25 people a year. But obviously 25 will turn 26, 26 turn 27 as population gets worked. Some I heard somewhere it's like 10%. A city can grow up to 10% of its size every year. So assuming it's getting everything it needs. So with that said, we're going to end the episode there. I'm going to let the game run. I'm going to make some money back and try to prepay some of my loan to get the next passenger sets going. So, yeah, until next time, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.